midfield at Mile High in Denver. It's the AFC Wildcard Round on EA Sports. The Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Pittsburgh.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season. Mistake-free and with passion.
Throwing on first down is Lock. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
Next to score, Broncos 3.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And you know, listen, there's 2 ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it, or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 15. And the pressure gets to him again.
A loss of 6 yards.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Taking it about the 16. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but now it's 3rd down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Got a man, it's Jeudy complete. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, 79 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. On second down now, it's Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Come on, baby, we got to do our job.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap. They had to try and keep him upright.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
8 of 10. And the Steeler first down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hitting Juju on the slant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Pittsburgh.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On first down, Locke. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Out of the gun now on third down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Roughing the passer defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. We see Drew Lock and the offense coming back on.
And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing.
And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw it is Lock.
That's going to be caught by Jeudy.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Jerry Jeudy
in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we're at halftime, and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Steelers 7.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they have made this look easy. And there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On play action, Lock. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 27 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
8 yards yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
2nd and 2.
They run him again with Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a run with Cook.
So we turn to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Again, it's Cook. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
Forced to the ground.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they try the right side here. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now a handoff working right. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12.
Block gonna throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Block going to go on 4th down. Open man, he completes it to Jeudy. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
They'll pass. It's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Steelers.
They'll set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 6 yards.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. Like the guy said.
And he's going to go down again.
Is sacked. A loss of 7 yards. And it's third down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The tackle made at
Well,
the...
they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
A lot going to throw it here.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it, but you got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
To 2nd and 10.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll actually throw it with Locke.
Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Block working out of the gun.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.